Celtic fans view this evening. Yes, we are finally live. I'm only a couple of minutes late. I was eating my dinner, as they say. I was eating my dinner. Let me just do this and then check on the studio. And we are live. There are a lot of people online. Jesus, what have you been talking about? God, I need to catch up with all the comments before we do absolutely anything. Absolutely anything. Watch along. No, we're not watching along tonight. I'd never be starting this early if we're going to watch along the whole game. My bladder can't take it. Anyway, let's get to some of the comments. Wex1888 says, "Going to Celtic." Green Machine says, "Barry, how's the wee dog? Getting on after injured." You've been watching another channel. No, it was Fishing Wire. Fishing Wire. Somebody left Fishing Wire and a hook on the beach. Pat, we should really play 3-5-2. Pat C, you're a man after my thinking. I think we should play 3-5-2 at home. Will Brendan Rodgers change the system? No, in one word. DJ Singy's in the house. How is my man tonight? DJ Singy with a fantastic music channel. And Lorna Gallagher. Hi, Lorna, again. For the second time today. Adams Ida for the hooks. Yep. Evening, everyone. Lorna talking to Uncle on another podcast. Yes. You can't hide anything on the internet. I don't talk about it on this channel because this channel is all about football. And yes, I was talking about Ella today. What was that? Anyway, on the hoops, it says Michael Ross. Tarmac is in the house. Lorna's in the house. Andrew Kirk is in the house. Back to where might belong. We won't go top of the league tonight unless we win by a fantastic amount of goals. Even if they were to lose, they're ahead of us. No, they're only 2 points in front, aren't they? Yeah, we could go top of the league tonight. Diane says, "See, watch along tonight." No, it's not because they're far too long a video, and I'd need to split it up, but I can't do that. El Papa Francesco, Hill, Graham Hardy's in the house, and a lot of other people. Danny Boy, please don't tell me Palmer starts. We've not got the team yet. But we will as soon as we get it. Say what you like about Palmer. He's got a goal or two. Yes, he does that. I'm going to jump through some of the comments. Anthony's in the house. Another board having another dig. The board having another dig? What have the board got to say? What have the board got to say? Dan C, what's the other channel? Go and look for stuff on Spain, you'll find it. I'm not going to talk about it. I get too embarrassed on this channel talking about it. Anyway, right, let's get up with some Celtic news. Just check the video. It's all right. What Celtic news been going? Because I've been out today, and some of you know I was down the beach. Football. I'll do that. Just give me 2 seconds till I catch up with stuff that I've missed out today. Romantic Celtic ready to smash the Scottish record for it. Nah, they're not going to do that. So interesting stories coming out about the goalkeeping situation at Celtic. Will Celtic obviously go for the player that's going to cost the best part of 15 to 20 million, or will they pay the 7.5 million? 7.5 million, it's now been said that Celtic will pay for the Turkish keeper. That realistically is more where Celtic are about. That's the real price that we're going to pay for anybody. Let's face it, we're not going to pay anything 15, 10 million upwards. Can Celtic break that barrier of 9 million that played for Odsonne Edouard? Can we? I was talking to Scotty McClue at the bus stop. Scotty McClue at the bus stop. Is he still on the go? Mind you, used to hear that mad radio station. He does. He's got a YouTube channel. He does that. He's still writing his independence and everything. It's a bit windy here. Sunny Cyprus. There you go. The board having a dig at the Green Brigade again, Baz. I'm going to look at the Celtic website. Give me 2 seconds. CelticFC.com. Why are they having a dig at the Green Brigade now? Manager strong performance against Dundee. Celtic news. I take it it's one of these ones that they put on social media and not put on their actual website. I'll check this Twitter. Celtic. Celtic FC. Celtic Patrick Doherty. Enjoy the stream. Under the lights. Watch pay-per-view under the lights. Media conference 53 minutes ago in the build-up. And Brendan Rodgers media conference. Uh, where's the board having a dig about? I can't find it. Say they've got Kyogo on the programme for tonight. Will Kyogo start the game? Will Kyogo start the game tonight? £10,000 half-time draw. One of my mates won that. And there was actually two folk off the Joseph Rafferty bus won it, I'm sure. No, I can't find it. Try and send me the link. The board have no interest in fan support. The Green Brigade. Let's not even talk about the board tonight. Let's not even talk. Let's talk about them come the end of the season, and let's just focus on the team. The board can do whatever they can want. To be honest, I have no time for them. I've no time for the nonsense that goes on with the. It's been going on for far too long. It's been going on far too long. And do you know what's behind it? It's the fact that they've got a player who's spat the dummy out, and a player that's now spat the dummy out. So I'm not interested. I'm not interested in what the board says. If they can't get their player in books, seen it on Facebook, mate. All right, I'll have a look on Facebook. Celtic are funny that way. They'll put stuff out on social media platforms, but they'll not put it through their official channels. Celtic FC, unless they have a link to it. They never put it right up. No, I still can't see it. They're probably hidden it for me. I'm still not interested. I'm not interested in what the board's got to say. The board hasn't backed Brendan as far as I'm concerned. They haven't backed him the way they should. And we're just sitting waiting on the team coming out. Celtic on Twitter have put out their usual Alberteris Sheerans Baron Catral tonight. Look it up. 9 hours ago, the Cub reposted that 30 minutes ago. So they've not put anything out yet. It will be another about 20 minutes before the team does get announced. It's usually about an hour and a quarter beforehand. If not, no, it should be in the next 5 minutes then. Should be in the next 5 minutes. Can't make the game tonight. They're pushing their pay-per-view telly, aren't they? And the thing is Celtic TV sometimes it crashes and everything, it lags. It's terrible. The amount of people that complain about it is unbelievable. Let's get some of. And we're still going for 3-0 and 1-0 each with Kelly. John says talking to Lanky. Joe Doherty's going for 5-0 or 5-1 tonight. What we get? Yeah, that would be reasonable. That would be. My old time is Danny McGrain. Danny McGrain, he's some man. Have you seen the video that's on this channel with Danny McGrain? Back in when was it? It must have been about the January or I can't remember. No, December or November 2019, where he spoke about Brendan Rodgers and when Brendan Rodgers left the first time around. The hand of God. My old time was Tommy Burns. I can remember. I'm going to tell you. I went for lunch whilst we're waiting on the team coming out. A long time ago, when I was a lad, Maldman was good mates with the one and only. I'll go back on it. So, the one and only Roy Aitken, and he took me to Celtic Park for my birthday. As a birthday sort of day out, and we got this. Went into the trophy room, the boardroom. Went into the boardroom, etc. We got my picture taken with the Scottish Cup and everything, and the big cup and everything that you do as a lad. And we went for lunch, at the old Ian Skelly's. And if you remember Ian Skelly's was a car garage that sponsored Celtic at the time. They had a showroom not far from Celtic Park that had a cafe in it. And believe it or not, that's where the Celtic players went for their lunch. And I'm sitting with Tommy Burns, Paddy Warner, Murdo McLeod, and who was the other one? And then my old man, Davy Provan, that's who it was. And then in comes Tommy Burns with his wife. In comes Tommy Burns with these wee round spectacles and a big long raincoat. And I'm like, oh, me, it's Tommy Burns. But before we went for lunch, let me tell you this. We were on the pitch at Celtic Park. And this was after they'd done their training. They had their morning session. And there was one player there was one player still doing sprints up and down the side of the pitch, up and down the side of the pitch, to the touch line up to the halfway line and back down. He was doing sprints, and it was Paul McStay. Paul McStay. And I was totally amazed that Paul McStay, the maestro, the one and only maestro, was doing extra training. He was doing sprinting for the rest of the team. You've got to remember, Paul McStay was Tommy, Roy Aitken. No, it was Roy Aitken would have been captain at that time. Yeah, he was doing sprints up and down the side of the pitch. It's unbelievable, unbelievable. You'd never get that in this day and age. You never get that. You never get that close to players at the training facilities. That's for certainty. Anyway, let's get back to the game this evening. 5-0, the famous Glasgow Celtic, says Owen Papa Francesco. He'll stick with the 4-3-3. Yes, he will. That right. There's another one going for 5-0. My score prediction is 2-1 for us tonight. I think, Baz, are you far from Benidorm? About 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Driving. 45-minute drive. So it's like from Kirkcaldy to Glasgow. Tommy Burns, but Phil Coles, Coat Bridge. Time for everyone. Tommy Burns was a fantastic man. Absolutely fantastic man. Right, Celtic, come on, get your finger out and get the teams out. Get the teams announced. There we go. The starting 11 is up. It is Joe Hart, Alistair Johnston, Cameron Carter-Vickers starts the game. Cameron Carter-Vickers starts the game, and Liam Scales and Taylor is all in defence. So it's Johnston, Carter-Vickers, Scales, Taylor, and then you've got Tomoki Iwata. Tomoki Iwata starts the game again. McGregor in midfield, O'Reilly, Yang. Yang has made a start. Yang makes a start. Dyson Maida, and Adam Ida. Adam Ida starts the game. And Kyogo is on the bench. So that's the breaking news this evening. Kyogo Furuhashi is on the bench again. Kyogo Furuhashi on the bench again. It looks like he is going for the 4-3-3 formation. So tell me what you think about that. The breaking news that Kyogo is on the bench again. Kyogo has not been picked for Celtic. The team, we'll go over it again, is Hart in goals, Alistair Johnston, Cameron Carter-Vickers and Liam Scales, and Greg Taylor sitting at the back, Tomoki Iwata. Callum McGregor is your captain, Matt O'Reilly in the midfield, the three in midfield, and then the three up front is Yang, Maida and Ida. That could be some formation. In the backup, the subs tonight is Scott Bain. Scott Bain, I'll just see what the group chat says. 2 settings. Yep, I've just seen that, Tony. Cheers for that. Scott Bain, Palma is on the bench. Kyogo is on the bench. Decent enough team. Yeah, it is a decent enough team, mate. I've got a mate watching me and talking to me through WhatsApp at the exact same time. Yep, Palma, Kuhn, Bernardo, Vata. Rocco Vata has made the bench with young boy Kelly, Ralston, and Welsh also. I've got to say, that's a team that's going to win tonight. We're going to win. There's no doubt about it. It's a case of how many goals can we score. That's a cracking bench. We've been complaining about the bench this season, being what I would class as not strong enough. We're finally back into a position where we have a bench that is, it looks like it's 40 quid on McGregor to score a goal at any time. That's a cracker. But yeah, let's get back to that team, because that is one of the strongest teams that we could put out. Yang getting a run for the start again. That's a good shout by Brendan Rodgers. And I did say last night when we were talking about the team, there is no use trying to suggest what team Brendan Rodgers would go with, because does he play Cameron Carter-Vickers from the start? It would have been really easy for him to bring in Welsh. Why was Welsh not playing at the weekend? He wasn't even on the bench. But it would have been really easy for him to bring in Welsh and bring Welsh in and just bring Cameron Carter-Vickers in again for the last half hour of the game. It does suggest that Cameron Carter-Vickers will get substituted in the second half. That will allow Scales to come on to the game. And by that time, hopefully, the game is done and dusted. But the 60 minutes mark, I want us to be at least 3-0 up this evening. So, yeah, I'm happy with that team tonight. The fact that Kyogo should be able to come off the bench. Kyogo comes off the bench and maybe scores a goal. Bernardo, he could come off the bench also. What about Rocco Vata? Does he get that chance? Has he signed this new contract yet that everybody's been talking about? He suggested that Rocco Vata is going to sign a brand new contract at Celtic. maybe even the young boy Kelly. But when you look at it, we've got a couple of wingers. You've got Palma and Nicol Kuhn on the other side. So where would Vata fit into that? Where would Vata fit into that? I really liked it when we did play the two strikers. A bit of a change of the formation, but you can see what he's trying to do. Hopefully, Tomoki Awata gets into the game a bit quicker today because let's face it, at the game at the weekend, Tomoki Awata for me the first half just wasn't doing it. People saying he had a good game. He was getting man marked out the scale. He was making his runs were terrible. His positioning, if you ask me, the first half was terrible. But then again, that you could say that about a lot of the players. Right, Lanka says Vata on the bench, but that tells me that Brendan will play Vata up front if need be. Yes, that's it. Isn't on the bench. I never even noticed that. Good shout. What, Lanky, good shout for that one. Hasn't made the bench. That's interesting. That is interesting. So if anybody's going to come on, he's going to play Kyogo. He's going to play Kyogo in front with Ida. The formation of the team, that 4-3-3, I just don't get it at Celtic Park. I mean, I understand that the two fullbacks are going to come up. Greg Taylor's going to come into the middle of the park, which will allow Tawoki Awata to sit that bit further back. I hope the two defenders don't go over the halfway line. If you look back at Brendan's first time at Celtic, the defenders rarely went over the halfway line. And, it was only for corners and that. I don't like the way that Scales sometimes runs up into the box. I know I can understand why he does it, but let's face it, he's not the best of players at getting back quick enough. But when you look at it on paper, Celtic should be able to win this game handsomely tonight. Green Machine is going first half 2-0, second half 2-0, equals 4-0. It's a win-win both halves. Fortnite Crew says, "No Cameron Carter Vickers, I'm fucked." Cameron Carter Vickers is starting. And Cameron Carter Vickers, Stuart Ramsey is in the house. Evening Baz, my fellow Tim's Hill on hoops. The night get into this mob. Just going to ask about O. Yes, O hasn't even made the bench. Big shout out to Lanky for noticing that. I didn't even notice it. It's that small a name that when you're looking through the other names, you kind of forget about them sometimes. But on the bench, I'll go through the team again for those that are just joining in. Joe Hart is in goals. And on the defensive side, you've got Alistair Johnson, Carter Vickers, Scales, and Taylor. And in the midfield, you've got the holding midfield player, Tomoki Awata. Let's hope that he performs a bit better than the first half of last week. You've then got Callum McGregor, Matt O'Reilly in the midfield, which then gives you Yang, Ida, and Maida. That's just going to get confusing, Celtic. I'm going to call him Adam. So you've got Yang, you've got Dyson, and you've got Adam. That's the easiest way to put it, isn't it? It's definitely the easiest way to put it. Interesting team and a really solid bench. That's the most important thing. The bench for me. You've got Ralston that can come on, and you've got Welsh there, you've got Vata. I'd like to see Vata getting a run out, especially at home with the last 10, 15 minutes. If we're going to, let's face it, if he's good enough to get a new contract, Celtic really need to be giving Vata some game time. That's probably why he's going to sign a new contract, because he's been told he's going to get game time. Will he get some game time this afternoon? I wonder if he'll get played on the wing, and what winger will we take on or off. 4-0 the Hoops, says Lorna Gallagher. Last night, my score was 3-0. And I'm going to stick by that, so I'm going to put that up. 3 Celtic, no. I hope we score more than that. But it'll be a good game. I just want a good game. I just got a good game. Let's get back to some of the comments. I thought you said he wasn't starting Baz. No, Fortnite Crew is starting. Stuart Ramsey's going for 3-0. Also, James the Boy says Scales should be hitting more shots from outside the box. He runs up in space, opens up, he always passes when his shot is on. Yes, exactly. That's why I think he either passes too late or he should just be taking a shot. Scales should really be just taking a shot, or he passes too late, if you ask me. When he gets through, sometimes he doesn't run far enough, and sometimes he runs too far. He's just one of those players, but he is still young. Yang is fantastic, says T1. Brian O'Neill says, I believe that Brendan Rodgers will tell the team to go for it and win convincingly, 3 or 4 goals to win tonight. Hail, folks. I hope we've got on a good performance for everyone at Celtic Park this evening. I think we really need a good performance at home to get the team behind us. And I hope the fans at the game and anyone going to the game this evening really backs the team, because this is the time of the season where if we start not getting behind the team, and if we start not backing them, and if we start if that anxiety comes down from the pit, from the terraces, like Brendan Rodgers says, it can creep into the players. But then that's up to Brendan Rodgers to change the team when he sees that happening. So can he do that? If Scales is passing slow the night, I'm going to lose it to Stuart. James Nicholson says, "Come on, you boys in green afternoon. Oh, I think it's going to be a 5-0 win today. Back to winning ways. He'll hail from Louisiana." Iowa. Des Moines, Iowa, USA. James Nicholson, get in there. Everyone give lots of love. You can't do it on this. Lots of love to James Nicholson coming from Iowa in the United States of America. That is absolutely fantastic. 3 points, not interested in the goal difference. If he scores 30 from now to the end of the season, they'll still get 30 penalties, says something today. I've said it as well, something today. I says, if we can win 1-0, 2-0 between now and the end of the season, if we win every single game like that, we're champions. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. Yep. Let's show some love to Brendan and the team, says Lorna. Christopher says the fans do get behind the team. It's the players have to do their bit. That's not why I'm getting felt from Celtic Park, Christopher. There's some sections of Celtic Park where it's you could be a Billy Idol fan and Money, Money, I'm Money, Money. You're going to get me singing. Anyway, Joe Ramsey says he'll help James. Johnny Franco says 7-0. 7-0 when we haven't had a big high scoring game this season. There's usually one or two games a season that Celtic will score 5, 6, 7 goals. And it's usually a midweek game. Interesting. Sometimes Aberdeen. We've done it against Aberdeen, but there is a time, there is the odd game, and it's always a midweek game that Celtic get a high scoring game. If you look at it statistically at nighttime games are sometimes the high scoring ones. Could the night be the night? Tonight is the night. Needing every single game ourselves. Yes, we do that. 5-0. Ida hat trick, says Lanky. Oh my God. The big scores are coming in tonight. The massive scores are coming in tonight. The absolutely massive scores. I hope you're all going down to the bookies and putting a bet on. What time is it anyway? It is. There's plenty of time to go. Plenty of time to go. Right, let me get some Celtic headlines, because I've not looked at any Celtic headlines this afternoon. And obviously, everyone going with the starting 11, the Celtic to face Dundee. Yang confirmed. Cameron Carter-Vickers, Yang, Ida all get the nod this evening. Skeeves, Skeeves at a very rainy Celtic Park. I've just had confirmation from a mate that is at Celtic Park right now. He's at Celtic Park and it is raining. It's very rainy, he said. Let me just get WhatsApp back up. A very wet Celtic Park. Yes, a very rainy Celtic Park. A very rainy Celtic Park tonight. Oh, wrap up well. He'll be freezing because he stays out here. Alistair Johnson raves about the extremely talented Celtic youngster. There's one headline that's in it. Oh, there's one that I want to talk about. Hibernian. I put on Twitter earlier talking about what songs of Celtic are sectarian. I never went back to look at the answers because I've not had enough time. But Hibernian are on about reducing the allocation for Celtic and the Rangers due to pyro and sectarian singing. Which then took the question, what Celtic songs are deemed sectarian on your mind? The only one that I could think of was Roman and the Gloaming. Roman and the Gloaming with St. Patrick's Finian Band. Roman and the Gloaming with the shamrock in your hand. And when the music stops, fucking Billy and John Knox. Is that really sectarian? I mean, it is when you probably look at it. But anyway, that's a video. That's a conversation from another video. Even Boys and Girls says John, he is in the house tonight. It's Scotland. Oh, yeah, of course it's going to be raining. I hope it's the same in Ayrshire. Pushing down. Kyogo is not my son. Rainy Nick the Nick going walk through the storm. Big Hamish is back with his own channel, hit 6 subscribers with Hail Hail 67. Yes, Big Hamish, who sold everything, who sold Hail Hail 67 to a media company. And he never told you that, did he? Yes, he sold it to a media company and he's now working for that media company in Australia. He never told you that either, eh? But anyway, yes, he has started another channel, but I don't really care. There's enough. So there's Celtic must be one of the clubs with the most YouTube channels in the world. Anyway, let's talk about something else. The only sectarian song, if you're offended, I suppose, there's no sectarian songs. It's Piston Down says, I'll Prapa Francesco. I sing that in the shower. Go to sleep, my weary Provost. That's not really sectarian, though, is it? Roman and the Gloman was my favourite. It was that. It's a good old tune from the 1980s. Right, let's get back to talking about the team tonight. And Celtic have obviously made some changes to the bench. Rocco Vata comes back into the game, and young boy Kelly is also in the squad. Also, Willie Palmer's on the bench, Kyogo's on the bench, and Nico Kuhn is on the bench also. So Yang has got it all to do tonight. Will it be one of the nights when he's my Japanese, well, he's South Korean, isn't it? But will it be the guys from Asia that step up to the mark tonight and provide the tools to make sure that Adam Ida gets on the end of some cracking crosses, because that's what we need. That's what we need. One YouTube channel for every 1 million fans globally. Something today. There is not that many Celtic fans. Trust me, the average Celtic channel only gets around about 500,000 views a month, maximum. And that's the good channels. Every other channel gets a lot less than that. And I've done this for long enough now, and I've looked at the stats for lots of channels. And Celtic, as a club, only a fans channel gets around about. I mean, I can tell just now what even Celtic gets. Even the Celtic channel, but then they'll have a lot of South Koreans. Celtic FC. Even the Celtic channel only gets 1 million views a month. 1 million views a month. When you look at the likes of Man United and stuff like that, I mean, they get hundreds of millions of views. So there might be a lot of Celtic fans around the world, but when it comes to viewership on social media and YouTube specifically, a Celtic fan channel on a good month will get about 600,000 views and downwards. A lot of channels only get a couple of 100,000 views. A lot of channels get even less than that. Some of the AI channels just don't get anywhere near that. Maybe get 200,000. This channel runs around about 400,000 views a month. So yeah, I've got a lot of stats to go back to. Anyway, the only channel I watched is this one now. The others have no banter. That's it. It's all. Do you know what I mean? YouTube is entertainment. There's far too many people who are professional journalists, and I'm going to say it, the professional journalists, and they're using it as a platform to make as much money as they can. I'm a Celtic fan that has a Celtic channel. This is a Celtic fans channel, not a Celtic media channel. We need to make that clear. This is not a fan media channel. It's just a Celtic fan channel. Anyway, we've got that out of the road. Yang's cracking 2 crosses, 2 foot off the ground, unfortunately. I would pick Simpsons Goal Machine. How much money can you make on YouTube for a month? Stephen, I've got a mate, and a lot of you might know him. He does a lot of YouTube in Tenerife. You need 1 million views a month to make a living, a good living, on one channel. So work that out. You get 100 for the zombies. Yeah, something today. I probably do get 100,000 views a month for the zombies. Lizzie in our box gets 10 million in a day. Yeah, that's true. And shorts don't pay at all, so just stay away from shorts. There's no use doing shorts, do long form video, and live videos don't pay as much as normal videos, which is something that I'll laugh at, because a lot of the other channels just focus on live video. I shouldn't be telling that, but anyway, who cares? Taylor and Ralston have provided 2 greatest crosses in the past 2 games, says Brown Warrior. A Celtic State of Mind, that's a public limited company. So go and check it. Go into the company's house and check out John Paul. It's a public limited company because of all the external stuff that he does. got to remember he does a lot of the players' nights and things like that. So he makes a fortune. He only makes probably about 12 to £1,300 a month off of YouTube. The rest of his money has all come through. So yeah, Paul John does really well with that. Paul John, yeah. Anyway, yeah, each to their own. Everybody's got their own agenda. I just want to talk about football and keep my feet firmly on the ground. Speak soon, Baz. Right the way to Celtic Park. A million views a month sounds like hard work. Mac, it's extremely hard work, and I know how much. If a lot of you have watched these channels, Scotsman and Tenerife, Scotsman and Tenerife, Kev, he's a fantastic guy. I've known him for a couple of years now, and he really works hard at it. He only goes away for a couple of days a month, but he says you need a million views a month, and it is hard work. Anyway, let's get back to the football. Paul John is the brand new Baz. He is the OG. He's the OG. Yeah, I know he's brand new. That's where the video of Danny McGrain. That was one of his nights that I was at when Danny McGrain said that. He just didn't film at the time. We shouldn't chant the soldier song, says Darryl 1967. How's Dyson still in the team? Asking Stephen Mitzi. How's Dyson still in the team? Tomo is a legend. Yes, Tomo is a legend. Alan Thompson's out here all the time. He is an absolute legend. And he's a good guy as well. Good guy. Good guy. Right, Lanky, have an awesome night. Keep it green and white. Key is getting ready to go to the game. We'll get lots of people dropping off now as they head to a wet, windy, and rainy rainy Celtic Park. Russell Boyce number one. Russell Boyce number one. He never does as many views, so I'll tell you who are the top two channels right now, and it's between me and Celtic State of Mind, viewers wise, on a monthly basis. So you can take it from that. That's all I'm going to say, because I look at the stats for a lot of the channels. I don't watch their content, I'll just look at the stats. And then I have software that can check the stats of them. Anyway, and that's why I do 3 videos a day, to make sure that I'm just up there as one of the top channels viewership wise. And that's all that matters to me is views. At the end of the day, Baz, thanks for being honest. Yeah, I am being honest. That's it, Stephen. I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to hide here. Just a Celtic fan that can no longer get to the games. Although my brother's still got 2 seats. My brother still has 2 seats, but I give mine up. I've got the iPad TV warming up as we speak, says John. Let me just reading some of the comments. I thought McGeady was better than Tomo, no disrespect. That's an interesting one. McGeady never won what Tomo won as a player, though, did he? I think McGeady left before then. Content is all that matters. Yes, it is. And I'm a content creator. I'm a content creator. That's why I've got other channels. Anyway, have a great night, troops. Enjoy the game. All the best, Baz. Yes. Is it that time already? Oh, you're all going to the game, aren't you? Yeah, I'm going to get ready to go to the pub soon anyway. Keep on a little bit longer. There's been 1,175 people have watched the video so far. Currently 355 viewers on the channel. Right, let's see if there's a little bit still to do. Let's have a recap of the team, first of all. A big recap of the team. So there's Joe Hart in goals, Alistair Johnston, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Scales, and Taylor. Sitting at the back, Tomoki Iwata sitting in the midfield. He should get a bit more room tonight, Tomoki Iwata. He won't be getting man marked, I don't think. I don't think Dundee will man mark him. They like to play a little bit. I don't think they'll man mark him, which means that Tomoki Iwata should get a little bit more space to pass the ball about to McGregor going forward and O'Reilly, which then in turn should get Yang and Dyson getting further up the pitch. And it should make for a more interesting game. That's where I felt that Motherwell tried to smother Celtic and Tomoki Iwata the first half, and they've done it pretty well, actually. They were probably expecting the one and only Callum McGregor to be there, but they knew that whoever's there, you just block them off. When you sit and look at the bench, let's talk about Adam Ida. First of all, how many goals will Adam Ida score tonight? People are saying that he's going to score at least 2. Just sub. You seem all right, lols. I seen me all right. I seen more than all right. Thank you, Jack and McCurk. Jackeen McCurk. Baz, your channel is brilliant, straightforward, honest, enjoyable. Players move, but they don't stand still. Yes. Thompson was a head, shoulders above McGeady, says Owen Robertson. I think Alan Thompson was faster than Aidan McGeady. If you put them on a home straight, off of 10 yards, I bet you Alan Thompson was quicker than Aidan McGeady. Way faster. And he could get past players. McGeady had some. Brian is going for 3-0 tonight. I'm just getting a WhatsApp through. WhatsApp messages are coming through fast and fast and furious. He's going for 3-0 tonight. 3-1 said studs. McGregor's due a wee goal. Surely McGregor's due one from outside the box. You know how McGregor loves scoring a screamer of a goal, an absolute screamer of a goal. He never scores tap-ins or easy goals, does he, Callum McGregor? He does always score absolute crackers for right outside the box. Right, make sure that you give the video a massive thumbs up, and we'll see if there's any more Celtic news kicking about. Teams up, Yang and either start. Kyogo bench, says one headline, confirmed Celtic start. John Hartson singles out Celtic star. And team news is Brendan Rodgers makes 3 changes as Adam Either starts against Dundee. That's a game for Celtic banner breaches code as Green Brigade warning unacceptable issue. Right, let's get this one. The Green Brigade end Zionism banner breached the code. Oh, here we go. Right, let me read this. The club issued a letter to the fan group after the Kilmarnock clashed. Celtic have issued a letter to the Green Brigade to explain how they received a volume of complaints regarding the recent End Zionism banner before the Kilmarnock clash. The fans group unfurled the banner just before the game on Friday 17th. Kickoff and received widespread exposure on social media and other media publications. Jewish supporters later hit out at the stands. How many Jewish supporters do we have? Just out of interest. I'm just. This is a serious question. How many Jewish supporters do Celtic have? I'm being honest. It's just an interesting question. I'd like to find that out. How many Jewish supporters that we do have? Interesting. Anyway, let's get back to this. The club said the letter, and Tim Sports got ahead of another crucial night. Celtic set out, and there's the letter in question. Good afternoon. We've referenced the display of the front section of the rail seating section at the home match on Kilmarnock on February 17th. It is noted that a breach of the club banner protocol and the updated and agreed rail seating code of conduct. Regrettably, the club have received a number of volume of complaints about the display from Celtic supporters and stakeholders, in particular in respect of the words "end Zionism." Unbelievable. The club has discussed on many occasions with Celtic. The club is an open to all, and consequently will take these breaches of the code of conduct with complaints received very seriously. The banners displayed do not represent the views of Celtic Football Club. Any banner doesn't represent the views of Celtic Football Club. Any banner. Right? When you've got the Joseph Rafferty flag, that is not representing the club. That's representing the fan base. And Celtic went on to suggest that the group speaks on behalf of the club. Suggesting that the group speaks on behalf of the club is unacceptable. The Green Brigade have never said that they speak on behalf of the club. They've never said that. The club recognises that our supporters hold all personal views on these matters. The club is open to all and will belong to Celtic Park. There's, of course, a range of views held by the Celtic supporters. Celtic Park is a place where all colleagues and supporters should feel able to come and support their football club. Recognise this with the respective gravity of the tragedy which is ongoing. I notice they don't talk about Palestine. Right? Fuck off. Anyway. And on a similar note, the reference to Sunday's away match versus Motherwell to regrettably certain behaviours in respect to individuals attempting to gain entry into the stadium without valid ticket returning. The club have also received complaints from other supporters and a host of other clubs themselves who are being adversely affected by such behaviour. The club again asked for the group to make sure that efforts to discourage supporters without tickets from attempting to gain or circumvent safety and steward plans. Regards, Celtic Football Club. That's a letter that would have been sent out to everyone in the standing section just before a game. Celtic do like to piss off fans, don't they? Anyway, That's the letter that was sent out to people in the 111 section. Now, it won't be the top half of 111, it'll be everyone that sits in the bottom section of 111. The standing section is a thing that always gets me because you've got the top tier is basically nothing to do with the bottom tier, and it's nuts. Anyway, I'm glad. I loved my time in the standing section. I did love it. I did love it. But sometimes you just grow older, grow older. I'm complaining about the board. How do I send it to the board? What says racist shite summit? Yes, exactly. Chucky ha 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 la, Chucky ha la. Boom summit. Yep. Oh dear. The club appears to be open to all, but Israel players. Green Brigade Palestine cars have cost us nearly 20 million for a bada. Come on, SL17, get a grip. Get a grip. So I mean, there's been Palestine flags long before Leila Bada came to the club. Let's not get pernickety here. But Leila Bada would have known by watching any Celtic game that the Green Brigade have flown Palestine flags well before Leila Bada come to the club. So let's not just fucking talk shite, right? Let's not talk shite here. If he was that upset about us flying, about the club flying Palestine flags, right? He would have seen it if he'd watched any game for years. Anyway, I suppose Scotland and Ireland mean nothing. It's out of my control. Yeah. Anyway, Tom, what's happening? I have no idea, Tom. Summit. I suppose I support myself. I support myself. Abada's working his ticket. Of course he's working. And Abada was never worth 20 million. And there's somebody who say that street shit Abada worth 20 million. It was 9 million at a push. He was never a first team. The Palestine flags cost us embarrassment. Oh, SL17, honestly. Yeah, you're getting put on a timeout. 5 minutes. Smack down, Thomas, the Beers chilling, Celtic are winning. What's happening? Tam Mac is on it tonight. Tam Mac is on it this evening. Date night with the other half. What a better way in a night in paradise. He's just been put on a timeout. He's just been put on a timeout for 5 minutes. So nobody will see his comments for the next couple of minutes. We had Palestine flags in the 80s and 90s. Right, I'm going to talk about this because people say, oh, why do you support Palestine? I can remember going to a demonstration in the 1980s for apartheid, and we were demonstrating outside a BP garage because back in the day, BP at the time was owned by the British government, and BP were heavily involved in apartheid in South Africa, and that was one of the first ever demonstrations that I went to as a young lad, demonstrating about apartheid and everything back then. And I've always, as a Celtic fan and as a Catholic Celtic fan, I've grew up always wanting to help other people. Right? I can remember when my dad, during his job in the 1980s, always helping disabled people and making them feel inclusive. And I've always lived my life like that. And I've always think that people that are downtrodden and people that the system are against, I'm always for them. And maybe that's because I grew up a miner's son, right? I grew up in a miner's family. All my uncles and everything were miners. And that togetherness that comes from, and it's long gone in society. That togetherness that people had back then is long gone in society. You would think that football would maybe be that vehicle for it in this day and age, but it's not. It's not. But anyway, that's the reason that why I support the people of Palestine. It's nothing to do with a terrorist organization. It's because it's a people that are being condemned and they're living in basically what is a concentration camp. And if you can't see that past your heart to see the suffering that goes on with that, then so be it. So be it. That's more down to you. And I feel sorry for people that don't feel sorry for people of Palestine. Because let's face it, it's women, children that are suffering. Anyway, coal miners, Baz. Yes, coal miners. I'm the son of a coal miner. I was in Fife. Lots of coal mines in Fife. And Kirkcaldy at the time. Back in the day, and also No, it wasn't. It was Cowden Beast that shut down, but then I was talking about back in the early 80s, mate. I can't remember that fan back. Anyway, let's get back to the Baz. Have you seen the letters from the Celtic Football Club Palestine to the board thanking the Green Brigade? Yes, I have seen that. It's absolutely fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. Um, it's brilliant. Hey, Baz, I'm feeling good about tonight. The score prediction 3-0. That's my score line. That's what I'm going for 3-0. We need to get back down to business and ignore the noise. Ida will be Ida. I keep saying Ida. It's because this. I heard somebody say Ida on the Celtic website with an interview. One of the Celtic guys called him Ida. It's Ida. It's not Ida. It's Ida. Like anyway, hit the like. It won't cost you anything. Yes, hit the like, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel because it's not just about football. It's all about this channel is a fans channel. This channel is about being as including all yous in it. It's what it's called. It's called the One Celtic Fans View for a reason. It's not about me. I'm just the guy that sits here talking. But actually, if I could get a screen, if I could get a system where I could get every single one of yous on your phone to be live at the same time, that would be my dream. That never mind these paid events where you and that would be my dream. That would be fantastic. Have everybody on a big huge screen and you can all talk one at one, and then you can just pick who's talking. That would be fantastic. That would be an achievement. I wonder if we could do that. I wonder if we could get that planned. The ultimate One Celtic Fans View online video. Anyway, right, get the fire sticks stamped up. When's Rio back? And about 2 or 3 weeks' time, some people have suggested 2 weeks. But when Rio comes back, he's going to have to get managed his game time. He's going to have to manage his game time. No issues, whatever, mate. Never smoked. I've never smoked either. What are you talking about, John? Smoking. I smoked a door. You smoked a door. Anyway, Celtic TV is the best thing brought in years. Why did you buy Celtic TV? Just get an IPTV stick. It's much, much easier. It's called the Pub Buzz. Yes, Jenny, I am going to the pub just shortly. Shortly, it is 5 past. Kickoff is in 40 minutes. Luckily, the pub is only 5 minutes away. Only 5 minutes away. A bad greeting, looking for an excuse to leave Celtic. You can leave a long connection to Gaza. Always supported the press. Yes, Nigel, when that's what I said. If you're listening to the video a couple of minutes ago, it's the way that I was brought up as a coal miner's son. I can remember my dad and my uncles and everybody fighting the police on the picket lines back in the 80s. I've got vivid memories of my dad coming back from fighting the police with a split head, um, black eyes and shit. Coppers fucking barging in the house to arrest them. Do you know what I mean? So I've always been for the oppressed, and it's just the way I was brought up. So if people don't like it, it's the way that this channel has always been. I'm afraid. You look back at the earlier videos; it shows videos of the Green Brigade being oppressed. Do you know what I mean? That's all that the channel's ever been about. Anyway, let's get back to Celtic. Rio Tati might not get back into the team, says Paul Baird. Exactly. Who do we drop out this team? Who do we drop out this team? Because let's face it, the team tonight in the midfield, you've got Tomoki Awata sitting in midfield, you've got Callum McGregor and Matt O'Reilly. Where does Rio Hatati fit into that team? Because you've got two wingers, you've got Dyson and you've got Yang, and then you've got Adam Ida up front. Whereabouts does Rio Hatati fit into this team? I can't see where he fits. You're going to have to put Callum McGregor back into the Tomoki Awata position. But that was never to happen. And Tomoki Awata was, let's face it, some of these players were brought in because Celtic thought Rio Hatati was going to be sold last summer. That's the only reason that a lot of these players are here, is because the Celtic thought that Rio Hatati was going to be sold last summer, and nobody came in for him. Nobody came in for him at all. Hail for the Joseph Rafferty Club, Kirkcaldy. Who's that's coming in for the Rafts bus? Celtic Mad 1888. Right, who is this? Who's this from my old bus? Who is this from my old bus? I hope the bus is busy. Say hi, everybody on the bus. Tell Rafts he's put on far too much weight. And tell young Rafts that he's doing me proud. He's doing me proud. Yes, a fantastic bus. I loved running that bus. It was fun. It was big. And if Big Danny Glasswell's on the bus, tell Big Danny that he's the man. He knows. He knows. And yes, say hi to everyone else on the bus for me. Right, John is talking. Craig is saying, right, I'm going to get carried away with Ida being a top player. At the end of the day, he keeps his head down, he will thrive. I think if Adam does keep on scoring goals, he's currently, statistically, he's scored more goals per game time for Celtic than he has for Norwich City in the first half of the season. So for me, it means if that trajectory continues, that I'm still saying that he's going to score 10 goals before the end of the season. I'd put money on it. I'd put money down on it that I think that he'll score 10 goals. And if he scores 10 goals between now and the end of the season, I think he could be the player that ultimately helps us win the league. And I still stand by it. I still stand by it. I still stand by that we will win the league. Anyway, don't call me a Hun. The stuff geopolitics. Football, I see suffering Palestine sympathy. With sympathy, don't twist my comment. Disappointed Baz. You put me in the sin bin. Come on, at least I didn't ban you. Come on. I've just got to level the comments in. I want some positivity. Anyway, everyone on the bus says hail hail. Danny was asking, um, when you coming home? I'll tell Danny on Facebook when I'm coming in. I don't know. I don't know. I won't get him before the end of the season now. Unfortunately. But anyway, that's cracking. Oh, I'm going to bring a tear to my eye. Tear to my eye. Love that bus. Anyway, funny thing is that if he keeps scoring goals, the price will go up. No, it won't. I think that Celtic will manage to get Adam for $3 million. And if we do get him for three, Cole, not the dough. Exactly, John. Exactly. My family are Rangers fans, but want Celtic to win the league. I'm Protestant. I'm glad you said that. First save Korean. What are you talking about? 10 goals and 7 penalties. If we get 10 goals, they'll get 7 penalties. I don't care if what they get. Right. Time. Check. And how are you not at the game? You're just still in the bus. It is 10 past 8 my time, 10 past 7 Celtic part time. It is almost time to wrap the video up and head to Celtic Park. There's been over 1,636 people have watched the video so far, and there's currently 345 people watching. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. There's a cracking amount of thumbs up, actually. There is over 100. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Baby, that's 1, 2, 4. Right, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Either double Kyogo and McGregor. Oof. David, Celtic win the league. I have 4.5k on them. My girl's Catholic. She loves Rangers. Don't blame me. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Can't let your daughter support them. SL17's Baz. I know you. I love your channel. It's my favourite Celtic channel. Good. Thank you, SL17. Graham Hardy. You can't be just in the house. You can't be just coming in, Graham. We've been on for an age and a day. We've been on for 52 minutes. Where have you been? See you after the game. Yes, Stuart, I'll see you all after the game. It is time to wrap the video up. I am going to get ready to go to the pub with the good lady. The hand of God is joining me in the pub tonight. James Dillon says, the religion means nothing to us. David just has. Oh my goodness. Anyway, on that note, have a fantastic evening. Where is it? Celtic fans, all